Hello and welcome to my channel. This is your host Shubham Giri and watching Mandagiri. So today's video we're gonna be talking about the biometrics procedure, the premium versus the standard one. What's the difference between them, and what should you opt for based on some logical assumptions that I used. And second part of the video would be some updates related to the PPR processing timelines, the speculations that's going around in the sector, and the refusal rates, the acceptance rate of PPRs, and what are the governing factors at which we can look in order to be sure that yes, I should get my PPR, and if there is a chance that I would get a visa refusal as well. So all these would be maybe 2-3 minutes show, something like that in the end. But firstly, we'll be discussing about the biometrics procedure, the premium versus non-premium, and what is the basic difference between them. How are they gonna, the VFS people gonna persuade you to get for the premium one, and if there's any benefit or advantage to it. So let's get right into the video.
Everybody get your fucking hands up.
Firstly, the biometrics procedure has started. It started on 14th for few hours, like the web form was online for few hours, maybe 4 hours on 14th, and then it resumed again on 17th. So the people who have booked their biometrics after 17th and so on, so forth and so on till now, maybe yesterday or day before yesterday, who would have booked, so they're getting their biometrics appointment date quite late, as in 2nd of August, 3rd of August. So I have seen cases, I have talked to a lot of people who applied, who went for the biometrics, and then the appointment was scheduled at 2nd of August. So that's quite late, but yet you have to go for it, because there's no other choice. So that was the first information part. And secondly, the site has been updated. So the people who are applying for the biometrics now have to visit the updated site, and the people who have get their appointment, like who got their appointment scheduled, and like it's on a later date. So this circular came out on 26th, maybe, yeah. So you don't need to raise a web form again, otherwise your biometrics appointment would be cancelled. So please make sure that you don't. So all your biometrics appointment are valid. But if someone is applying after 28th, they need to visit the new web form page or whatever address they have given. So that was for the update part. Now, when you go to the VFS to give your biometrics, so the foremost question that everybody has is, should I go for the standard one and the premium, or the premium one? So what should you go for? Now, usually the breakup is as such that 3,050 rupees should be paid for the premium one at the moment, like at the VFS center when you're going to give your biometrics, and then 500 something would be paid later on when you get your passport stamped from the embassy, and then you'd be paying that to the courier guy of 550 something. So one side is covered by the VFS, the other is not. Whereas the standard one is of 1800 rupees, that includes the sending and receiving of the passports. So that's the basic difference. Now, why premium and why standard? So this is what the people, when I was at the VFS, I sort of saw like the persuasion that they do for the premium one. So the first and the foremost point that they made was very alluring, I would say, because they told us that if you go for the premium one instead of the standard one, and you pay 3,050 rupees upfront, that means your one side payment of the visa part is done, and whenever the PPR services would resume, your passport or your file would be sent earlier because your payment is done, which sounds reasonable, because if you are having the PPR letter and then you want to send your passport, so you need to raise a web form and then upload your receipt which you have paid on the VFS site and everything, that sort of thing. So one side of our courier is paid already in that 3,050 rupees, so 1,200 is included, sending of the passport and everything. So it makes some sense that yeah, you would be given at least some priority, maybe 1 or 2%, I would say, not more than that. But in the times where each and every day is very important for us, I think you should go for the premium one, because you have already paid this much money. What's more is 1800 rupees. Yeah, so now this is totally subjective topic, but this is what the main difference between both of these packages are. That the premium one will, so as they claim, as the VFS ladies that explained us this particular scheme claim, that when you're submitting a passport for the stamping, your passport would be stamped a day earlier or maybe 2 days earlier. So all this 1800 is for that 2 days. So that is all the difference between them. And if you opt for the standard one, you don't need to pay any money upfront, and all you need to do is go give a biometrics, and when the PPR resume, like the services resume, you pay the payment on the web form and then upload the receipt and everything. So yeah, the procedure is same for both of them, but there is slight privilege to those who opt for premium. And yeah, that's pretty much it about these particular things. So other than this, you don't need to worry about anything in the biometrics. It's very simple procedure. My biometrics got updated in like 15 minutes or so. I just came out from the VFS center, and then I was back into my car and everything. So we were checking that whether it's updated or not. So it was not updated at that point of time, but then in 10-15 minutes it got updated. So yes, that's a very smooth procedure. So coming to the second part of the top of the video, that what are the current updates that we have with regarding to the student permit or student visa for the Canada. Now there's a lot of refusals going on around each and every groups. So first and foremost thing that I would like to tell you is, don't be disheartened with those refusals and everything, refusal letters and everything. So minority of the people are getting refusal. It's not about who comes first, they will get the visa. See, you need to understand that your college is affiliated with the Canadian Immigration Department. They have given them a DLI number, that is Designated Learning Institution. So all the seats that are filled by us is already known. The number is already accepted by the Canadian government. So don't need to worry about whether the seat is filled or anything like that. There are limited number of slots. So please just don't think like that. But yes, the refusals are real. I talked to a few people of which I know, which I got to know, which I tried to contact, and they reached out to me back. So the common story between all of the refusals was one thing, which is poor choice of your diploma course or the master's course. Even if the university or college has accepted you for that particular degree, the Canadian government still feels that no, it's not. So let me give an example. So a friend of mine who did get a refusal, which is very sad, and so his agent suggested him that he could go for any course that he want in this particular college and he would get it. And yes, as a matter of fact, he did get into that particular course. Now he had a background in this BSc physics, so he did BSc physics, and he applied for an IT program, which is sort of computer related diploma course. Now these two backgrounds don't match. You did nothing about this particular course in a bachelor's, so it makes sense that you would get a refusal. Now why he did apply for it, even if it makes sense, because earlier people did get into IT from this particular field, so it's a bit more strict this time. That is something that you need to be concerned about, but not, you really don't need to be concerned about if you have chosen your degree or diploma very wisely. So that's all about it. Now coming to the another part or another segment of this particular topic, it's that the PPRs are getting processed. That means that the people who have their medicals updated, they gave the biometrics. So usually, see, I gave my biometrics on Friday. So Saturday, Sunday is a holiday. So I am pretty much expecting that I would get my BVL, that is biometrics verification letter, on Monday evening or Tuesday morning, something like that. So this is what I am speculating, because most of the people are getting their BVLs in 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 day or 2 days at max. So mine was on Friday, so I think I might get my BVL. So BVL essentially means biometric verification letter. That usually suggests that the biometrics that you have given on the BFS is accepted and acknowledged by the immigration department. So that is a letter confirming that particular dilemma that you have. So after BVL, your file is now totally complete, and then you might get your PPR request. And in few cases that I have seen, so there was this guy, he had like absolute awesome luck. So he applied for his visa on 24th May, so that is after the 15th May deadline. So most of the people were speculating about it. So he did apply on 24th. He gave his medical upfront. So his medical was updated by 24th June. Yeah, 24th June. So he gave his biometrics on 23rd of June from Chennai, and he got his BVL on 25th, the same date I gave my biometrics. And now on the Saturday night, he had got the PPR request. Now this is a very well known, like someone I know personally, so that's why I can claim it. But other than there is a lot of photos about this, and then this messages coming on the WhatsApp and everything. I have been in a lot of groups, probably that's where I promote my content. So I have seen a lot of messages about this particular thing, and most of those I don't have any credibility to it. But this one, I know him personally, I saw his profile and everything, I checked, I saw all the things, and then yes, this is true that the PPRs are getting processed. So if you have given your upfront medicals, your BVL is there, so you might get your PPR in maybe 2-3 or maybe in a week. So that's a good thing. Now the problem is that PPR processing has not started, that service has not resumed. So it's again a speculation. A lot of people, a lot of groups are telling that it is gonna be resuming from 28th or 29th of June, which I don't think so. Maybe 1st of July, like the first week of July, or maybe between 10th July. That is what I think would be a safer option to go for if you're speculating. So there is no correct answer to this, but yes, this is just a speculation. And a lot of messages can be seen on 28th of June. So it's possible that the PPR processing could start on 28th of June, which would be very good. But if it doesn't, I think it would probably start. So this is just my pure assumption and the things which I have seen, I have noticed in this 4-5 months duration. I think it could start on July 1st week. So this is just a speculation. Don't go for it. If you want, you can think about this in your heart, but don't take this as a thumb rule. Okay. So that's pretty much it for today's video. And we'll be making a video about Serbia route as well soon. So one of my friends is going to travel through it. So what is the cost and everything. So we'll get to know that.